record this for Lana. Okay, it's so important that you realize that your business has to be incorporated in your life. And the thing is, you guys have all totally different lives. Like most of the time, I just talk about, learning how to put a couple more crock pot meals on, learning how to make sure you have that date night with your husband, learning to make sure that you're scheduling blocks of time in your week for business activities. And each of you have totally different lifestyles that doesn't apply like 100% to each one of you in the same way. Okay? So I need you to take those things and morph those and think about, okay, based on Lindsay wanting to be a stay-at-home mom with those two darling boys, and Missy being on bed rest, and Belinda trying to decide if she loves her product that much or not enough to sell it, you've got to like make these decisions based on that. Because isn't it the absolute worst feeling to get to the end of 7 or even 30 days and go, okay, I just didn't do anything at all. Instead of making a choice to either do it or not do it, I just didn't get anything done at all because I didn't schedule it in. Okay? To me, that's a much worse decision. Like when people tell me that, oh, they were lazy or they didn't get this or that accomplished, I'm like, no, you don't understand. What it really was is you didn't make it a habit. Okay? And habits are hard to form. I hate anyone being hard on themselves and using that whole lazy word, or unorganized, or not focused, or whatever critical thing people say about themselves, because I don't believe that's the problem. You're busy. I mean, I doubt most of you just sit down and go, oh, I'm just so bored, I can't think of anything to do right now. Okay? Missy, she's like, I can't think of things I can do having to lay down. I have to come teach you how to crochet if you don't already know how. So that is one of the things, like, I want you to be deliberate about what you choose to do and not end up just going, oh, shoot, I didn't accomplish XYZ because I just didn't ever get around to it. Okay? So some of these forms that I sent you, you're going to decide what it is you want to have happen over the next 30 days. Okay? How much do you want to do in sales? How many parties is that going to take? How many recruits? How much is your team sales? How much? I want you to make specific goals and then schedule the activity to do that. How many phone calls will that make to book that many parties? How many phone calls will it make? Let's say you wanted 10 people at your mother-daughter party. You're going to have to invite 20 to 30 mother-daughters, right? Okay? And start breaking those things down. And the thing is, Missy, it might give you something to kind of pass the time away. Go, okay, I'm going to work. Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 2 hours. I don't know how quick you get tired. But, okay, I'm going to work this long, then I'm going to take my nap and rest. Or I'm going to, and you have things to look forward to versus just, oh, another day of, how am I going to entertain myself and be frustrated while I look around all the things I can't do? What can you do and fill your days with those kind of things? Maybe you start another social media. Maybe if you're not already doing Google Plus or LinkedIn or something like that, maybe you start a blog and start becoming, a makeup master or something. Okay? So there's things that you can work on. All right? And get deliberate about it. I know Lindsay, she loves the give me a chart, check it off. Like that's a high for her. She's one of those gets endorphins when she marks something off her list kind of girl. Okay. And we're all different. Okay. So Lindsay's that consistency person where I'm a variety, and I'd sooner put a bullet in my head than have to do the same thing every day. Okay. That's why these agendas aren't fun. I like to talk to people. Lexi, don't. Okay. So Belinda and Lindsay, do either of you see those charts, or are you not? You do. Okay. So Belinda, tell me a little bit about what you're thinking so I can best help you. Tell me a little bit about what you're feeling like you want to try with the makeup, or if you're going to try it at all, or if you're going to do the damsels. No. Diva. What's it called?
Damsel in Defense.
Damsel in Defense. Okay. For some reason, I thought the word diva was in there. But
Well, you can call me a diva.
you are a diva. But what do you want to do? And let's make a specific plan for 7 days. Okay, let's just do 7 days and start building on your successes and on your skills. And so no matter what product you end up doing, you're practicing some of these things that you're learning, okay? Tell me what you want to do.
I want to decide what I want to do. In the next 7 days, I want to decide whether I want to continue on with EcoGlow or if I want to go with Damsel in Defense.
Okay.
I need to, because I can't keep flopping around.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, my stupid phone.
That's okay. Tell me how you're going to make that happen. How are you going to make the decision? Are you going to make a list of pros and cons? Are you...
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea?
Yeah. I kind of think I know where I'm leaning anyway, but I guess I just don't know I just feel like I'm becoming one of those stupid people that has 20,000 DS companies and doesn't focus on one. And, I mean, honestly, that's what I'm doing right now. I did choose EcoGlow, but I just don't want to make another mistake. I just feel like I don't want to make another mistake choosing another wrong product.
Right.
So.
Well, tell me this. Do you think you've made mistakes, or do you think you didn't have the best, as good a business skills as you could have and had as much consistency as you could have?
I definitely don't think I've had as much consistency as I could have. Business skills for product knowledge, is that what you're referring to?
No, more like what we're doing. Actual business.
Oh, definitely. I definitely think that you've given me tools that I never knew about.
Okay. Well,
yeah, definitely.
I don't want you to see yourself. Well, I'm trying to remember the exact word you used. A mistake. I think you said you didn't want to make another mistake, and I just so badly want you to be able to be nice to yourself and go, okay, you're gonna say hi and get it over with. Say
hi, little person.
She's a mini.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, I got to be in the middle of everything. Okay. I would love to see you, like, instead of saying I made a mistake, I would love to see you saying that I have better skills now and I'm most passionate about this product, and so this is the wise choice I'm making. Do you see it? Like, I want to say it with, I want to see you say something that you're feeling more positive about.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So tell me how you can say that more positively and make this decision better.
How I can say that more positively?
Yeah, like how can you feel more proactive instead of kind of reactive and hard on yourself? Why? Okay, let me ask you this. Why are you choosing a direct sales company? Just out of curiosity, I mean, why is that the business you're deciding to be in, direct sales, and then how are you deciding which product you're most passionate about?
Well, see, that's the other thing. I've also had one of my passion opportunities present itself over the weekend.
The one you told me about?
Yeah.
Really?
Not full-fledged like what I really want, but it's a step in the right direction. So.
Do you want to expand on that a little bit?
Well, it's it's a concession stand at the local baseball field.
Mm-hmm.
and they are thinking about subletting it, like most of the other ones are. And I've been given the opportunity to. It's new to them. It's the first time they're doing it, and it'd be the first time that I'm doing it. Even though I have all the, the skills and the knowledge to do it, it's discerning whether there's, I have to create a plan to take over that space and that business, and whether or not it's going to be beneficial to me and my family, and whether or not it's a viable option for the entity too, their entity, their business, their organization.
Is this out to Giza Stadium?
No. It's small. It's a smaller one, but it's a stepping stone to another one, because I've also been doing some research on some other ones that are kind of becoming available. So this is like I said, this is a good stepping stone for me to start getting my name out there, and to start, because it is a little bit different than what I'm used to doing, but not altogether different.
Okay. What was I just going to ask you? Okay, would it be safe to say you're not technically making any money from any of your direct sales businesses right now?
No, that's a hard, cold fact. It's not technical. It's a hard, cold fact.
I know it sucks to admit when those things are happening, but
well, I didn't really expect to. I mean, with 31, I made a little bit. I mean, I was on the upside with 31 for sure, but then it just totally fizzled out. And so that's why I even started searching for something different.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I was kind of required to stay home to be able to take care of my husband, but now I have a little bit more flexibility with that. So that's, that's why I'm even exploring options. See, my husband is behind me in the dams of defense. He thinks that's an awesome product and an awesome business.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that he can help me with, as well as the concession stand business. He thinks that's something that we can do together.
Let me ask you a dumb question. Do you like more the food? She's thinking about, you used to own a restaurant, right?
Restaurant and a coffee shop.
Okay. And so did you like more the people part of it, or do you love creating food? Or is it a combination?
I like more the people part of it. I like the business aspect of it and the customer service. I mean, I like creating food too. I like serving and creating good food, but that's not my forte per se. With the restaurant, I needed to create my own menu, but I had a chef that helped me do that. But with concession stands, that's totally different as far as everything's pretty much pre-made,
Right.
So that's totally different there. But I love the customer service aspect of it and the business aspect of
it. I wonder if I need to introduce you to Christine at Rosie's Diner.
I know Christine.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. She's my father-in-law's like guy that's down there all the time with her. Yeah.
Her business is just, it's not that it's struggling, it's just more not doing as well as, anyway.
I've had many conversations with Christine about her business, and I would love to step in there and help her out, but I think that's not going to be a viable option.
I think you should talk to her, but I don't know what her exact needs are right now. Okay, we're kind of off topic, but I want to finish this.
I know, I feel bad. Lindsay and Missy are over here like, Lindsay's going to pass
this happens. Everybody gets their one-on-one time eventually. It's all but I mean, because I'm kind of wondering, what about doing direct sales with one of the food, like there's that new spice company that's, supposedly going to have MSG in it and that kind of thing. I mean, that's why I'm asking, like, is your passion really food? Find a direct sales company that's food then.
Yeah, no. I mean, I understand where you're going with that, but that's not, I don't want to do a food direct sales.
It sounds to me, honestly, it sounds to me that you like customers coming to you versus you having to go find them.
Doesn't everybody?
I love networking in the kill. I mean, I do.
I do too. The funny thing about it is, and I think you touched on it the other day when we were at Rosie's Diner for the meeting when Simon was speaking.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is, like with Lindsay, she reps Mary Kay Missy. I'm sorry, I don't know what you rep, but I could sell. Pardon?
She does Youngkin. She does eyelashes. Another cool.
Oh, Unique.
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, what? There's a new one out now? Good Lord.
Sorry. So sorry. Missy. Sorry.
See, I could sell either one of their products for them.
Mm-hmm.
But if it were my own business, it'd be difficult. Isn't that weird? I'm like the greatest salesperson for somebody else.
And that means you've got some self-worth and that you deserve it. Having that success as much as they deserve it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Probably.
Like,
yeah.
You need to know that you are worth it. And I get it.
Well, it's living up to a standard that's been held to me for a long time.
And I mean, this is why I understand it so well, is because not only do I sell my own thing, but I sell my own thing I created. And that is like hard times 10 versus selling somebody else's product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, in my coffee shop, I could do that. No problem. I could tell you, I could sell my coffee all day long. I knew how to do it.
Somebody else grew the coffee. I mean, it's still a brand of coffee.
No, I did on that one.
You what?
I mean, it was me pulling shots. And I wasn't roasting the coffee, but it was me who was doing, making the coffee.
Right.
The food are different, though.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a complex situation.
Well,
I'm a very complex diva.
It sounds to me like you definitely do some pros and cons list, and you need to. This is what you do. Imagine all three of these businesses in full force, and you working them. I want you to write down how you're working them and how you're feeling working them, and when you imagine giving you the most sense of gratification. And I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, without telling us numbers and getting too personal, like how badly does this need to be an income producing activity?
That's at this point we just took another hit too, so that's just another stressor in my life. But it's pretty much an 8 now.
Okay.
Whereas before it was more like a 3 or 4. Now it's an 8.
Okay, so then you definitely need to make some decisions.
Yeah.
And make wise ones.
Yep.
And I'll help you with whatever you decide if you want my help. So.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
And Belinda, know that you're not the only one who goes through this. I talked to Melissa last week about me returning to the corporate world versus staying in my direct selling company. So you're not the only person
really
going through it, not even on this chat.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know there's a lot of women that struggle with it, a lot of guys too, but I don't know, it just seems like why can't anything ever be cut and dry?
Well, and it's hard because you don't have a crystal ball, and no matter how much you like any part of your job, there's always a part you're not going to like.
Right.
Like I was expressing some concerns or frustrations and ups and downs I'd had with my business to Neil, and he looks at me and goes, I thought you liked doing this. Like, that doesn't mean it's always easy.
The guys are so black and white, though.
Wow.
They're like, they either they can fix it or they can't, and it's black or it's white.
And I'm like, no, I didn't say I didn't. I'm like, I don't like every part of it. Well, I hate paperwork and anything like that, but Much rather be talking to people. But it, you know, I mean, I had customers come and go, and anyway, just like I said, not taking things personal is always entertaining. So, okay. So Lindsay and Missy, let's talk to you guys where you guys are doing more of the parties and the traditional direct sales type work that we talk a lot about, okay? Okay, so based on what's on each of your lives, can you tell me how much you want to do in sales this month? Can both of you give me a number?
Go ahead, Misty. No, go ahead. For the next 2 weeks, my goal would like to be about $1,000 for the second half of October.
Okay.
$1,000 in income would be great.
Awesome. And tell me what you have set up already for that to happen.
This weekend I am doing an event on both Friday night and Saturday night. Like a Halloween themed open house sort of situation. Mm-hmm. Where I've sent emails out to all of my regular customers. There's things for bringing friends with them. There's rewards, incentives for bringing people, introducing me to new people. So they're doing that work for me. I'm also putting up flyers at some of our local coffee shops, bulletin areas, so that again people that I may not be able to meet in person over the next few days. Mm-hmm. Knows about it, it can still come, and then just my regular networking. And from that event on Friday and Saturday, I'll get, since we're specifically doing it Halloween themed, I'll be able to get more appointments that are based solely on skincare and glamour and customizing and things like that.
Now, are those finding people events, or are they events where you're selling?
Both, if that makes sense. So like the incentives of my customers bringing friends is the finding people without me because I mean obviously I'm not going to be able to meet everybody that I would like to meet. So with them bringing that, with them having that incentive and be like, oh yeah, I can, even if they just brought, each of them brought one friend, it's still an extra, 5 to 10 people that I never would have had the opportunity to meet. With what we're doing at the event, then that is the selling portion of it as well. Well, we don't. Well, I was just advertising it like.
I was just making sure it wasn't an expo, because I know expos you don't actually sell; you only collect names. So that's.
Oh no, it's not like a vendor. It's
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like a class that it's just kind of a larger class setting.
Right. So you got to put your game face on and ask your really good questions to reveal those needs, so you can increase your sales per person.
Yes.
Okay. So review your questions, because you're not necessarily going to be able to have your notes there to ask people, like if you're on the phone or something. Okay. So I want you to look at those sheets that I sent you, and I want you to send me a game plan as to how many customers you need to call, how much you're hoping to do in sales per call, how much you're hoping to do in sales and event, and how many more events you want to book before the end of October. Okay? I want really solid numbers, so that every day you know exactly what you need to do to get to that goal, or at least you have an educated guess.
Okay.
Okay, and I know you can do that because you love that stuff. No, seriously, I have some people like, I have no idea how to do that. Like, okay, no kidding. I met this gal, and she's just super sweet. I did this expo this weekend. Anyway, wasn't the dumbest thing I did, but that's okay. I knew it wouldn't be well attended, and so I sucked in and did it, but it's all right. But have you heard of this company that it's like a kind of a membership that sends out your thank you cards or get well cards, or what's it called anyway? What did you say, Belinda?
Send out cards.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool idea. I mean, I'm not saying yay or nay to the idea, but anyway, the gal was so sweet, and she just kept talking and talking and talking and talking at me, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so like I try to kind of reverse it and go, well, tell me a little bit about your goals with your business. And she kept telling me, oh, you can easily make $30,000 a month. And I'm like, okay. And I said, so tell me a little bit about how many people you need to enroll, or, what do you have to do to make that happen? Oh, I don't know. And I was like, okay. And so then Tim, come here. She wants to know the numbers. I said, no, I don't want to know the numbers. I want to know if you know what your numbers are to get to your goal. That's what I want to know. And anyway, it was just so funny because she had no idea to get to where she needed to be. Like, no idea. Somebody told her she can make $30,000 a month, and so that's what she's telling other people. And I was like, oh my goodness. So whereas Lindsay, if I tell her, she knows to do $1,000 of sales, she could do $500 in this, and this is how much an event does, and like how to break it down. This girl did not. I mean, she was new, but anyway, yeah. They finally asked me what I did, and I said, I can teach you to ask some questions to close more deals. I didn't really think about what I said when I first said it, because I was like, I cannot believe, like, you haven't asked me, like, what card I'd ever send out. So anyway, it's pretty funny. Okay, so Missy, my darling, you've been on a little bit of a roller coaster. What do you want to have happen this month? What's your goal for the month for sales?
Well, I've met my sales goal already for the month, but
hey.
My team needs to sell another $1,211.10 for me to promote.
Okay. How big's your team, and how many do you have actively working?
I have 7 on my team.
Okay.
8 including myself. That is my direct downline, and I have 2 of them that I need to have to be active, and sell at least 125 that aren't getting there. They haven't sold anything.
Okay. Now, I'm trying to remember. I think you've kind of told me some are active and some aren't.
Yeah.
Okay, and how many are active?
Well, 2 of them are not active at all. So I have 5 active.
Do you have a list of customers right now who you could call and do that recruiting script with and possibly get some new recruits?
Yes. Have I? No.
No. I'm not. No, it's not a. Didn't you do this? No. It's not like that. So would you? I mean, is that something you'd like to do? Or are you feeling up to that?
Yeah, I just have to be. So, like, knowing that I had this, I had to, like, I had to miss one medication so I don't fall asleep.
Are you in pain right now?
No, I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay. Would you?
But I literally take it, and 15 to 20 minutes later, I'm out.
Right.
So,
okay. Yeah, I'm a lightweight.
It's all about scheduling for me right now.
Well, exactly. And that's why I was like, if you had something to look forward to every day, a little bit of business, and then you rest. And I mean, I'm not saying overdo it. I'm not trying to push. I hope
I understand you're not.
But I was just wondering if you want to try to get a couple other people started to try to increase that team sales. And then if you have a couple that are working, do you want to try to do a call to try to do a little bit of sales training and see if any of them might even be interested in working, with me possibly? I mean, if they're not, it's fine. Yeah. We can do kind of, that's something you can do from home.
Right, absolutely.
Okay. We can schedule something like that if you'd like.
Okay, I'll give them calls and see what I can. We usually do a team call on Thursdays. I will admit that I haven't done that the last
game. It's okay.
Couple of weeks. I haven't done anything. I don't even know how I even got sales.
Maybe you were more fun on drugs.
Well, the funny thing is, I talked to somebody like right after surgery and have no recollection of it, but apparently she called me and I just was blabbering on. She thought I was drunk.
She was, Missy and I, when did we talk? We talked about a week or so ago. She was telling me all the people kept calling me, and I don't know why my husband let me have my cell phone, but I don't remember the conversation. You remember you were telling me about that? It was so funny. You're hysterical. But it was really funny because I sent her a text and I sent her a Facebook message, and I got responses to both of them within 5 minutes of each other. So she was cross.
It's probably the best I've ever responded to anybody, actually. I had nothing else to do. And every time it beeped, I was like, woohoo!
Yay! Someone's messaging me. Well, they were like, yeah, I think I'd sent like a Facebook one day and then a text another, and then you got them all at once. And anyway, so it was kind of funny. Okay, so do you have your team meetings during the day or in the evening?
During the day.
During the day, okay. What time do you usually do that?
We usually do them at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that works for me.
Okay.
No, I'm homeschooling. I'm home. So.
Yeah, because it gives them the opportunity to get out their kids to school and then come back and relax for a few minutes.
Okay. So if you want to see if this Thursday, if people are on for 10, we could do something like that. Okay?
Okay.
Get people motivated and some ideas and see what we can do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then I want you, when you're at your next awake, not completely drug time, to see if you can make a list of about 10 people to do a recruit interview call with. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have the recruit interview sheet?
I do.
Okay. Look at that.
It's in my Michelle notebook.
Say again?
It's in my Michelle notebook.
Your Michelle. I love that. Yeah, everybody's going to start getting Michelle notebooks after this. It's like when one person accuses me of having too much paperwork and it's my fault they're unorganized, I'm like, I'm kind of done with that. That's one of those lovely. Are you kidding me? You accuse me of not keeping you organized and you don't. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all good though. I'm learning what not to take personal. It's a good life lesson for me. It's rather entertaining. Okay, so Missy, if, like I said, when you're in a good place and, you know, maybe in the morning after you got some good sleep, you got a little food and drugs on board or something, go through those sheets that I sent you and try to get as deliberate as you can based in the circumstances you're in right now. But the thing is, you can also be looking ahead. Like I have another gal, I don't know, I'm just attracting everybody with surgeries. I have another gal who, she's having a hysterectomy like a couple days before Thanksgiving. And she is a real go-getter and she has big goals and wants to earn the company trip. And she's like, but how do I divide up my goals when I don't have, you know, I have these like 4 to 6 weeks, I'm not gonna be able to work. I'm like, she had, I don't know, it's like total 22 weeks. And I'm like, you minus 6 weeks and you divide your goal by that many weeks instead. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, oh, that makes sense. And trying to help her with some things she can do. And she's gonna try to do some, you know, book catalog parties. So she's Pampered Chef. But you can start thinking about when you do feel better, you could start now to start trying to book outside shows.
Okay.
Like you can look forward to, I mean, luckily hopefully, you're going to feel a lot better here in a couple of weeks. But you can start booking those outside ones and start going, okay, this is when I plan on feeling better. Maybe you book one week and then 2 the next week, you know, like, consider that you're not going to be 100%, but you can look forward to that too. Instead of waiting until you completely feel better and then go, oh, now I got to wait 2 more weeks. I don't have anything scheduled, that kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Right.
Is that helpful?
No, it makes sense. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So it's just a way of, you know, I mean, I'm not here to tell you you should work your business. I'm just here to say, because of the goals you have, I want to help you think it through and be deliberate about it. So feel free to tell
Well, and
me.
I do need to work. I don't want to. No, you're good. You're wonderful.
Okay. You see, but I just don't want anyone to feel like I'm pushing them into something that they didn't really want to do. So,
I need to push. I feel in my own little, lost. I feel like other than my own immediate team, the rest of the team has sort of forgotten about me.
well, and I know the training that you've got, and you get ideas, but you don't get concrete training from what I can see. So anyway,
Exactly.
but this fits more your personality than it sounded like the personality of those that you were connected with in the business. So anyway, everybody has different personality. There's different trainings that work for different
Yeah.
people. So, and you just really like to be authentic and down to earth. So this is fun. Okay. So is everybody feeling like they have kind of a way to break down their specific goals? Yes. Okay. And so then you can start to, remember to apply those questions. All of you, except honestly, I think Belinda, you guys have sent me good questions. You know how to ask those questions. And the thing that I'm realizing some people are not realizing to do, or maybe I haven't explained well, and I need to change the form. Let me see if I can kind of show you an example. Is, okay, remember on the thing that I say you got to have 3 needs? And I do 1, 2, 3. Okay, can you kind of see? There's those like 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? Okay. Can you kind of see those lines? Then what you need to do is put 3 lines under it and put, this is how I'm going to fill the needs. These are the needs. So let's say you're talking about makeup. It's funny that you all do makeup technically. Well, could do makeup if you wanted to. Okay. That you go through all your questions about makeup. What makeup do you like to wear? What are you using? What's working? What isn't? Okay. Then you need to go back and go, this is the makeup you're going to buy for this one. This is the makeup you're going to buy for that one. This is the makeup you're going to buy for that one. Okay. Because all of a sudden I realized that people ask those questions and then just started talking about the whole product instead of talking about the specific product that they needed. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of doing this. That for some, I'm realizing I didn't explain super well. Okay. And, well, right, Belinda, you did send me questions, but for the drawing slip, you want to have a list of questions whenever you're talking to somebody, whether it's on the phone, face-to-face, at a party, whatever it is. Okay. A lot of them will still apply or similar. Okay. But you wouldn't necessarily have multiple choice answers when you're talking to somebody face-to-face. Sometimes you do. Tell me, if you're going to leave the house with one makeup, what would your makeup product on, which would it be? I got to have my mascara or my lipstick or whatever it is. Okay. That would be a multiple choice, but most of the time they're open-ended. But you've got to go back and tell them exactly what you think they should buy. You're the expert. You make recommendations and you become a consultant instead of just a salesperson by doing it that way. That makes sense? Okay, so I'm going to probably change that form just a little bit so you see, fill their needs. You found out their needs, you did a good job, and now go back and tell them what they should buy. Okay, makes sense? So use your questions, use your 3-part phone calling system. Hi, this is Missy calling. If you recall, we chatted on Facebook. Do you have a quick minute to talk? Okay, use those steps. Use all the things that you've learned. Go back, watch the videos on YouTube if you need to. That's why they're there. Send me an email. I'm getting stuck with this. Send me a text, okay? Let me help you through the week. That's what I'm here for, all right? Any questions? Anything else I can do for you?
Make my decision for me.
Oh, yeah. I know better than that. Okay.
Frustrating. I'm making my list of pros and cons while I'm listening to you talk.
That sounds
Follow your heart, Belinda.
Pardon me?
Follow your heart.
Oh boy. That's
I
a
think
hard
that-
one.
I have to tell you that just in recent experience, I think that we overthink things. So
That's me.
follow your heart. Follow the thing that you're the most passionate about.
Yeah. I think I'm leaning there. Yeah.
Mhm.
I got to make sure that it's my passion and not somebody else's.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
Because your passion will be contagious.
Well, and I gotta say, that's a little bit of the problem with direct sales sometimes. Some people get passionate about the product, some get passionate about the opportunity, some get passionate about kind of a hope that there's good money to be made. There's a lot of different things that happen, and sometimes they're not actually truly passionate about what they're doing. Like there's something else that they would do if they felt like they could have find the resources to do it and find the clients and stuff or the customers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's been going around on Facebook, but Jim Carrey did a commencement speech. I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember what college it was at.
It's on.
Talked about his dad taking on a safe job, and taking on a safe job, he got fired, and his family kind of had to do whatever they had to do to survive. So he said this quote of, you're gonna fail at things that you don't want to do, so you might as well take a chance on something that you love.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, he didn't say this, he also said failure is an event, it's not a person. So don't let your past failures define you, because it's not who you are. And when I heard that one, I mean, oh my gosh, I was just like, what? Because I've let a lot of past things right on my shoulder. Oh, are you laughing at me? I've let a lot of past mistakes, experiences define me as well.
Yeah.
So, but I wrote that quote up on my goal board. I was like, okay, I better remember that, because yeah, I mean, yeah. And then you had a quote, Michelle. Oh, which one was it? You were born to change
Somebody's life. Yeah.
Yeah, I put that one up on my board too. I was like, holy crap, this is gonna make me cry every single day I look at it.
Yeah.
That one's profound to me.
Yeah.
I've always believed that you can plant mustard seeds in people and they grow, but that was always somebody else, and so that one was like, wow. You're right. It's very profound.
Well, and I just, I tell people all the time, if you're not working on your goals, there's someone else who can't accomplish theirs, or probably not as easy. I mean, God will send them somebody else, but wouldn't it be great to be the person who, could help somebody else with their goals? And so whatever that might be. And that's why I keep going when there's days that I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? But I mean, I love what I do. It's like I said, I just have anyway, we have this little.
We all question ourselves and have down days and down months.
Yeah, well, like I said, I had a client try to blame me for her lack of organization, and anyway, it's okay. I had some things to learn, but
I'm brushing it off of your shoulder now.
Yeah,
I have a book for you all to read.
You what?
I have a book for you all to read.
What's that?
And excuse my French, because it's the title of the